Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I would like you to keep an open mind in what I say in this video. I've been accused of being someone who goes around slating other YouTubers and attacking other people. That's not what I do. It's only if you give me just cause I will talk about it. So in the following video I'll explain the situation. Just remember everything that I say will be alleged and my own opinion and thoughts on what happened. So just keep an open mind. Those of you that do follow me obviously know that I'm a decent guy. I'm not someone that goes around threatening people or slating people for no good reason. So I think you'll only find me talking about 2 people on my YouTube channel that I've had a problem with, and that's it. So that doesn't say I go around attacking loads of people, does it? You know, 2 people isn't lots of people. So without further ado, here's a video. It's up to you to make your own mind up. Just remember, it's all my personal opinion and thoughts, and anything that I say should be considered alleged. And there you go. Thanks for coming to the video. Right, I'm doing another video talking about this. I didn't want to do this video, to be honest with you. I don't want to go over it over and over again, but some people brought up a subject on a Facebook post that I left, basically saying, why are you bringing it up now? Because there's more to the story that you don't know about, the ins and outs of what's gone on. So I thought I would educate you so you understand where I'm coming from. And it's not my intention to slay or attack people or attack fellow YouTubers. It's not my intention to do that. But if you treat me like a piece of shit, yeah, I'm gonna get angry about it. Anyway, so let me start from the beginning, right? So there was a guy who had a fire, and there was a charity auction done to raise funds for him. And that person that had the fire was called the Balding Reefer. He has a business called Reefer Aquatics, and he seems to be quite a well-off dude, to be honest with you. He's got a business and obviously does make quite a bit of money from it. Anyway, there was this charity auction run by Pond and Garden YouTube channel by a guy called Gary, and obviously lots of things were bought and sold, and I paid £100 for some koi food which never turned up. And despite trying to get in touch with the dude who was selling the koi food, it never turned up. But I do want to touch on auctions. As an auctioneer, it's really your responsibility, Gary, to make sure that the buyer gets his goods and the seller gets their money. It's that simple. Yeah, I know you had some terms and conditions saying you're not responsible, but you got to remember, you organised this thing. You got to make sure that the people buying get their goods, and the person who's selling gets the money. It's that simple. Anyway, I digress. I paid £100, right? Even though the opening bid was £75, and no one else was interested in the koi food that I paid for. So I just waited a week to be contacted. You would expect me to be contacted in a due course of time, and I wasn't. And over a week went by and nothing. You know, I contacted Gary and said what's going on. He said it's really up to the Balding Reefer to get in touch with you. So obviously I waited a bit longer, no contact. I went to the GoFundMe people that I paid and asked for my money back, and they did. So essentially the Balding Reefer got in touch because, a bit coincidental I think, that the fact as soon as you lose £100, suddenly you're contacting your customer. If you aren't that bothered, why contact the customer, you know? Anyway, I agreed to pay him again, and then, you know, I give him a second chance out of the goodness of my heart, trying to help this guy out, and thought, right, hopefully he'll get it to me. And all I heard was a long stream of delay, excuses, all the way along in that month period. And ultimately, he told me that it got lost in the post. I asked for the tracking number 3 times. It doesn't matter how you can consider this transaction, whether it's a personal deal or a business deal, because someone else mentioned, well, it's not a retail transaction, it was more of a personal transaction. Doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit about it regarding whether it's a business or personal transaction. Just get it to me. Simple as that. I paid and I expect to get it. Anyway, it clearly got lost in the post. I asked for the tracking number and I didn't get a reply for 8 days. And then when he finally replied, he said, I'll get the tracking number over to you, and he didn't. And I asked 3 times, and then I got so pissed off, I said to him, and these are the words I use, are you going to send me the tracking number or not? Or have you not sent the goods? Simple as that, really. And he seemed to think I was being really rude. I tell you what is fucking rude, he's not sending the stuff to me. That's what's bloody rude. And lots of people have reached out to me personally and said I've had problems with the Bowling Reefer. So I can't really recommend the Bowling Reefer as a good retailer to go to if he messes customers like this about, you know. And he represents himself as a business. He goes all over Europe going to koi shows. He goes, you know, he's a business as far as I'm concerned. And some of the koi food that he said he'd got ready to send was located in his business. So it's a business transaction as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, what you don't know is after I created a video talking about it, someone called Kane Man contacted me. Apparently he's the Bowling Reefer's business partner. And he said to me, we had a good conversation, quite pleasant. And, you know, I think he understood that I was frustrated. And I said to him, I tell you what, since you're being quite nice to me, I'll offer to pay again 3 times, okay? And no, Gary, the stuff isn't in my house. Why would I be banging on about it if it was? Anyway, this is what you don't know, guys. This is extra, okay? So, what I said to K-Man was simple. Offer this to the Bowling Reefer. If he makes sure it gets delivered to my house, and I don't care how that happens, I will promise to repay that £100 back to him. I won't do it through GoFundMe. They're a load of pain in the butt to deal with. I'll just send it to his bank and that'll be it. So I got a message from the Bowling Reefer on WhatsApp. And he come up with an alternative. And what he said was this. As an apology, I will send you a 25 kilogram bag of koi food. As an apology. It lands in 3 weeks. So I said, you don't have to do that. That's very generous of you. You don't need to do that. And he said, no, I want to do that. So I thought, okay, I'll wait a little while and see what happens. In the meantime, I will private the video that I put up. I think he wanted me to delete the video, but I basically paused it in the YouTube world so we could you know, see if he's a man of his word. So after 4 weeks, I didn't hear anything, nothing being delivered. I replied with 2 words. Bit sarcastic, I know. I said, whatever. And then he replied with, oh, I've been busy, I'll get it out in the morning. Excuses all the time. Anyway, I waited another 6 days. Nothing arrived. So then I did a post on Facebook because some people wanted me to name and shame the retailer. So that's what I did. I just listed what happened, all the various steps, and some people wanted me to tell the world who it was. So that's more or less what happened. Then the Bowling Reefer did send a reply on the Facebook groups. It seems he monitors Facebook groups quite a lot. And it would appear that he didn't send that apology koi food to me because of the way I spoke to him. So he's actually lied to me to try and get me to take down a video. That's the sort of retailer you're dealing with, someone that lies to you. So I just wanted to tell you about the additional part of this story so you can understand where I'm coming from, why I was so pissed off about being treated like a pile of poo, basically. In the meantime, someone else has contacted me because of that post I put up on Facebook and told me they had a similar experience. They didn't get what they wanted. You know what? If you were such a great businessman regarding you know, a koi business, and say it got lost in the post, do you know what I'd be doing? And I've done this in the past myself. I actually jumped in my car, driven to my customer and delivered it personally to make sure they got it. And another thing that you guys probably don't know, some of you may know, I did a eBay auction and the proceeds was going to go to Jack, the balding reefer. But after the way I've been treated, he certainly won't be getting that £17. But what I've decided is, in the winter, what I'll do is I'll get a load of food and I'll go to a place where there's some homeless people that you know, desperate for food and what have you, and I will donate that £17 in food. Hopefully it'll help them out. I'm a man of my word. I will do a video of that so you can see that happening.
Messages. Paul, Gary, don't know whether you got my messages on my email, but get that video of me, about me, off of your YouTube channel by tonight. I have reported you by YouTube for breach of privacy. You have no right to go and do that without talking to me first. But get it off. Don't do things like this again. Use your brain. Retard.
There you go. I know, Gary, the koi food is not in my house as we speak. It never turned up and Jack never gave me tracking information to prove he sent it. Essentially, when you sell something, and I've sold a lot of things recently, I always send a tracking number to my customer to prove I sent it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I've shown you some screenshots of what's been said between myself and the balding reefer to back up what I've been saying all along in, say, the last video. Some people have been slating me, saying all I do is attack people and not tell the truth. I just want to say that's not true. It's not my intention to attack people or slate them, but I'm going to tell you how it is. And if I get really angry about something, I want to tell people about it. So first of all, apologies. We'll send some apologies out there. So Skeggy Pond Supplies, I contacted him asking him did he receive his goods from the auction, and I also rung him up quite late. I do want to offer a formal apology to him if he felt I was disturbing him, and you know, whether he felt I was argumentative, I don't know. I just want to offer an apology. I wasn't in a good place. My grandmother just passed away, and you know, it was quite upsetting because of the circumstances that she passed away in, and I just wanted to, you know, give you an apology, just to say sorry if I disturbed you. You just seemed like a nice YouTuber that I could get some advice from, that's all. So you know, I do apologise if you feel that I was upsetting you in some way, shape or form, okay? So put that to bed, okay? Anyway, going back to the whole fiasco of you know, dealing with the bowling reefer. You know, if you can't supply the goods to someone and you've taken their money, you need to refund them straight away, not hold on to their money, and don't fob them off for weeks and weeks, because that's what you did. It's not just me. Someone else has reached out to me on Facebook. You've seen a copy of what they've said. If you didn't want to read that or couldn't be bothered reading that, I'll just give you the gist. The gist of it is he ordered 500 fish. 450 of them died in transit, and he was arguing with the balding reefer to try and get something sorted out. In the end, he got a refund, as I did. But a few days ago, apparently he turned up with some fish and apologised and said, "I was busy, you know, with doing other things." That ain't a good excuse, mate. Just because you're busy. I'm sorry, but that doesn't fly with me. Don't fly with him. He won't buy from you again, and neither will I. You know, all I can say is at least you did something right, and that's turn up and deliver some fish to him as some sort of apology after he got his refund, obviously. Yes, I got a refund, but then I made an attempt to try and get the food delivered here. I would have loved to bring a video to you guys. That was an unboxing video from the bowling reefer. I opened it up, all the food were there, I could show you what I received, and it'd be a nice video, and obviously everyone would enjoy it, and that would be a nice video to do. And there would be none of this messing about for 2 months, being lied to, basically, telling me that I'll send something to you, and then claiming because I was rude and because I questioned the GoFundMe campaign why you needed it, calling me a troll, and then and obviously calling me rude to your team, which is a load of BS. You know, all I wanted is what I paid for to be delivered, and I gave you 3 goes at it, not just 1 attempt. I made 3 attempts to get something delivered, and you know, I just don't understand what sort of business you're running, because I've never experienced anything like this from any pond supplier. I've bought tons of things for my pond, right, over the course of a year, building that new pond, that sleeper pond that you've seen that I've built. All of it's come off eBay from various suppliers, ranging from different people, different places in the country, and never had a problem. Longest I've waited is probably a week for something to turn up. But expecting someone to wait like a month and not even attempt to contact your customer and give them proper time frames of when it will be delivered, and I've had to consistently chase all the time just to get answers. It's ridiculous. I can't recommend buying anything from the bowling reefer. I recommend you don't, unless you can get it from him in person. For someone that swans around the country going to koi shows all the time, has got the time to do these special events but can't be bothered to get something to a customer that's been waiting months, I think is absolutely silly. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying anything from the bowling reefer if I were you. And as far as I'm concerned, he's the worst seller I've ever had any dealings with. But to call me rude and use that as an excuse not to send me something. People are rude to businesses all the time, but businesses need to operate and make a living, and they deal with those people in a professional way. Just because you got upset because of the way you thought I was talking to you, that might seem rude, isn't a really good excuse not to do business with that person. Because I'm sure that'll get round, you know, to lots of people, that just if the bowling reef happens to get upset with you, he won't send you what you've paid for. That's a bit funny, really. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. I'm going to leave it there. One thing I do want to address is some of the nastiness that's going around the koi community on YouTube. To this person called Gary Webb, listen mate, just stop and think. You're upsetting a lot of people, and allegations are going around that you're trying to get people's YouTube channels shut down as well, and what's come to light doesn't look good. You know, you can turn around and say you're not showing the entire story regarding what Gaz put out on his YouTube channel, But at the end of the day, right, you've crucified yourself in what you said in those voice recordings. Video evidence and voice recordings are used in court of law, mate. And if you're not careful, you could end up in prison. Hope you have a nice day, and this will be the last video on this subject I make. I don't want to dwell on it anymore. What's done is done. But yeah, if you promise to do something, do it. Don't lie about it. That's all I've got to say. Alright, bye bye.